You know what nobody warns new immigration lawyers about? The moment your client starts crying halfway through telling you what happened to them, and you realize your job just became part detective, part therapist, and part paperwork wizard. Here's the thing about victim impact statements. They are basically your client's truth, written in their own words, but truth alone does not always satisfy a government officer sitting behind a desk in some building you will never visit. So you need corroboration, which is a fancy word for backup evidence that supports what your client already told you. Think of it like a group project where your client did the talking, and now you need 3 other classmates to nod and say, yeah, that happened. But here's where people mess up. They think corroboration means dragging the client back through every horrible detail one more time, like some kind of trauma encore nobody asked for. You do not have to do that. You can pull police reports, medical records, protective orders, school records, even text messages, all without making your client relive the worst day of their life on repeat. Let us talk about medical records for a second, because they are gold. A doctor's note describing injuries consistent with abuse can quietly confirm a story without your client saying a single new word. Police reports work the same way. Even if charges were dropped, even if the case went nowhere, the officer's original notes can still describe bruises, timelines, and statements made in the moment, which is basically evidence frozen in time. Therapists and counselors are another underused resource. If your client already sought help, their provider might have documentation showing symptoms of trauma, which supports the emotional reality without you asking your client to narrate it again. Now here's a twist people do not expect. Sometimes the best evidence is not dramatic at all. A rent receipt showing your client suddenly moved out the week of an alleged assault can quietly confirm a timeline better than a tearful retelling ever could. Community members matter too. A neighbor, a coworker, even a pastor who noticed changes in behavior can write a letter that adds a human witness layer without forcing your client into the spotlight again. Here is a lesson worth remembering. You are not building a courtroom drama. You are building a paper trail, one boring receipt and one quiet letter at a time. Doubt will creep in sometimes. You might wonder if you have enough evidence, but the goal is not perfection, it is consistency between what your client said and what the documents whisper back. Preparation beats panic every single time. If you gather records early, calmly, and with a clear checklist, you will rarely need to ask your client to repeat painful details more than once. Confusion usually comes from lawyers treating every case the same way, but every client's evidence trail looks different, shaped by their own life, their own paperwork, their own quiet clues. So if this kind of thing fascinates you, whether you are a lawyer, a paralegal, or just someone who loves how the legal system actually works behind the curtain, you want to learn more about our company? Check out our links in the description.